This is RSBAND Update, episode 369, recorded July 13th, 2012. Siesta for Shane. Hello everybody and welcome to another exciting episode of RSBAND Update. I am your new host because, Shane left. Tricky here. Woo! With me is our good old friend, Mr. Paul.
Hello everybody!
Alright, and one of my special guests that I'm having this week is none other than Mr. Dano. Say hello, Mr. Dano.
Hello everybody.
Yeah, see, Mr. Dano. Grandpa RuneScaper.
Grandpa, come on.
You're old enough to be one. Come on, admit it. Yes, you are. Unfortunately, my other guest was unable to come on this week, but it seems we have more than enough. So let's start off. With our RS update. This week we had the long-awaited Social Slayer and Glenanor Games preparation. So did any of you guys try the Social Slayer? No?
No, I didn't either, but I think that it is a really good idea, the way they've done it, because I was thinking about just Slayer and teaming up with somebody in order to try and, make the grinding a little... I can see something like this even going further into other skills. Can you imagine, maybe even doing something like fishing or mining or something like that, and having team effort?
Well, they do
extra things.
Well, in fishing, they actually do have a little team effort thing with the fish flingers. There is a little thing where you have to have other people help you catch the big fish in that little mini game.
You'd kind of get that in Trawler too, I guess, right?
Yeah, but I was thinking, remember when you're mining, okay? Basically, if you're mining one particular ore rock, you're competing for the resource. But what happens if maybe all of the ore rocks are almost like concentrated, and as you mine as a team, you both get the ores and you both get the experience just by teaming up?
Well, I couldn't figure this out though. But the Slayer combat and Slayer XP won't be shared between you two, but you'll burn through the task half the time. So you're not getting extra. You're not getting extra Slayer XP. You're really just finishing up the Slayer task to build up more points and whatever little prizes you get at the end.
Right. So the commodity is actually the Slayer points you're building up.
Mm-hmm.
Have they added any awesome things since a while ago?
Well,
in terms of points,
as far as cashing in the points,
in terms of cashing stuff in, because even when I was playing, they weren't all that great. You have to get a crazy amount of points to get anything decent, and after you get something decent, you get the items and unlocks, and then after that, it's like, okay, I can cash in a stupid amount of points for 10,000 experience, and it's like, meh.
Mm-hmm. But what I think, what's good about one little thing I like about this little update is that if you're in an area that's, usually there's a lot of people there, most people who's going there for Slayer are just there to kind of, just gain for Slayer XP. I don't know how many people would actually go, yeah, I'll help you with this. No, I need the XP. So I'm not going for points. You're not going for points when you're doing this. But if you are going for points, you can burn through all out with a couple of your friends. Just go through them right away. But the biggest problem I see is that either none of you have an active Slayer task, or both of you have the same. And as you know, Slayer masters don't always give you and your friends the same task every time. Two people.
Yeah, it's pretty rare.
So people will have to skip through a lot of them just to get the task to go with their friend. That's not really helpful. And if you're not on an active Slayer task, well, they're not getting Slayer XP. Period. So what would you be doing? Killing the same monster in a non-multi combat place?
Basically, yeah. Both people who are teaming up have to be on the same Slayer task, but you wouldn't be fighting the same Slayer monster at the same time, would you?
No, you probably fight the same breed.
And as I read on the forums, you have to be close enough together for those co-op points to actually be shared.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. So you do have to be in the same world and all. You can't space it out.
Well, that makes sense. If you are fighting something like that, it would be helpful. But
Well,
I just don't.
kind of.
Oh, Paul, let me ask you this: would you, if me and you actually ended up miraculously having the same Slayer task, when would we really try to meet up a time for both of us to go at the same time with people up competing with other people?
I don't know. I mean, I've got 99 Slayer, and at that point, I don't need any more experience. So, I don't know. It just seems like is there anything good that you can get with points now? Because if not, I just don't understand the point.
Well, there are some new co-op points that you're able to get. You get 2 new pets, a cute if slimy baby Aquanite, and a tiny strike worm by the name of Freezy. Freezy!
So,
But
does it do anything
you
though?
also unlock the permanent ability to share potion effects during a potion while your Slayer partner is nearby. They'll be granted half of the bonus that the potion imparts onto you. The ability to heal your partner by using food items on them can also be unlocked, which that's pretty good. And these are the only 2 functions designed to use in designated Slayer areas while in a group, but you can't use them like in the wild or anything like that. It's only for Slayer areas like dungeons and tower and all that.
It sounds kind of. Doesn't sound all that great.
Mm-hmm.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't sound worth going for.
Uh-huh.
No, I mean, unless they've changed Slayer drastically in the last year or so, it seems like. I mean, it's kind of cool that you can share stuff like that, but in the same sense, you're losing out on half the experience. You're just getting points, and the points aren't. Seems like they're still not all that great.
Mm-hmm.
Once you unlock like 4 things, like you get the helmet, I think there's a bones thing that automatically varies bones, and then there's like another one that might be decent, and after that, it's kind of meh. Like the auto slay, that's all right, but it'll hit a gargoyle for you, and there's another one that'll auto kill for you, but meh.
Mm-hmm. But one other little thing with this they're getting ready for the beta. In beta, everything is multi-combat. This may help alleviate some of the problems they may have in the future. But for now, I just don't see it working very well.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope they just add something that makes points worthwhile, because then it would be definitely worthwhile if the points were, valuable.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's apparently the whole point, is to get the points. So yeah.
All right. So, Mr. Dana, any last thoughts on this one?
No, not really.
Okay, so let's move on to the next one. We have the preparation for the Glenanor Games. So, Mr. Dana, as I remember, you're talking about you were getting ready for this one. So, why don't you start us off?
Yeah, I did try this out. Basically, you talk to this fellow Mad Arrow in the middle of Varrock, and yes, once we have an update that's a special event update in the middle of Varrock Square, you get a lot of lag. It's not as bad as the Jubilee event was, but still there's a lot of lag going on. Just that's just a sidebar. But basically, you want to help out in preparations for the Glenanor Games, which are coming up. And this is a very simple event. Basically, once a day, you're able to help out with another task. I've done the first 3 days worth. And it's as simple as mining the scrap pile the first day to mine some gold ingots and smelt them into gold medals. To mine 14 ingots, smelt into 7 metals. The next day, you mine the same scrap pile, 14 steel bits, and you make those into steel girders, I guess. And then the third day, you basically go and you help out with the cooking preparation, and you make some food. So it's very simple. You do get some experience for these, 2,000-3,000. I think it's probably depending upon your particular skill level. Smithing or cooking. Relative to your skill level, you will get some experience for helping out, and you gain these points, and these points will be able to be redeemed. Some prizes. Most of it is kind of cosmetic costumes, which you'll be able to buy with additional points as you participate in the Glenanor Games and build these up. A lot more of these things are, more aesthetic kind of. They're nice to have. They just take up bank space, as far as I'm concerned.
Right. And as we all know, bank space nowadays is becoming a premium every single day.
Yes. But it's nice that RuneScape is celebrating the Olympics and doing it their own way, having the Lunar Games. So it's nice to be participating.
All right, Paul, do you have anything to say?
Sounds good. Yeah.
All right, so as I remember, the games start next week.
Yes, they do.
All right, so I hope you guys get ready, and hope to see you all having a cheese roll. That's all right.
Cheese.
Alrighty. So in other news, if you can now use the Slayer rewards shop, you can use the Slayer rewards shop without having to complete smoking kills. However, you do need to complete the quest to buy anything other than the co-op rewards. And if you're having a problem with Slayer groups inviting you that are not blocked, you may have to change your private chat settings back on and off. This is just from straight from Jax. So we have basically this week we have a friendly Slayer helping the update, and next week it's going to be the Glenor games. So it'll be interesting to see what happens next week. It's going to be fun next week. You think?
Yeah.
Come on,
Be
Paul.
good.
Come on, Paul. Jump back in. Come on.
I'm here.
Come on, jump back in the game. Come on.
Oh, jump in the actual game. I thought you were like back in conversation.
No.
Yeah.
Nah. All right.
Is it still well? If they like said, hey, you can have your $5 a month your subscription back, then maybe. But what is it, 7 something or 9 something now?
$7.95 US.
Meh.
All right.
That's like 2 tanks of gas. 2 tanks, God, that'd be great. That's 2 gallons of gas.
Dude, it was 2 tanks, man. Where are you pumping gas?
I'm pumping it directly from the source. Oh yes. No.
All right. Oh, you went all the way to Saudi Arabia. Cool beans. All right. So let's move on to the next little thing. We have little tweaks and fixes. There's not much tweaks and fixes this week. A couple little things. Are there anything in particular that just jumps out at you?
Not in actually the tweaks and fixes, except if you want to go down to the bottom of that and it says about the top navigation bar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the thing. Okay. Everybody who actually plays the RuneScape client wants to just play the game.
This is true.
We do not want to go to the website. We do not want to go to the forums or to the clan page or look for some support. The client is all by itself, and especially if you're playing in full screen mode, full screen is full screen. You're not able to go to another tab or another browser to go to the website. The purpose is to play the game in full screen. Only the game. And I think that Jagus has kind of missed the point that, you know what, people don't really play RuneScape and browse the website at the same time. I don't see a whole lot of people doing that. I play the game. If I have a problem and I want to look something up, I'll stop playing the game. I'll go and research on the website. I can't do 2 things at the same time. So that top navigation bar has got to go, especially in the client. It just is useless.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the other things in the tweaks and fixes that they did, which really is making a lot of people angry, is that the chat window is no longer resizable. Why would you do that? Why would you can't scroll up the chat window to make it larger. Okay, has anybody at Jagex ever been in a friends chat that's very busy and you want to try and find out what the messages were that just passed by? Well, you can't resize the chat window and go back up anymore. It's gone. You have to use a little scroll bar. That is really annoying. So I just wanted to bring up those 2 things, and there are thousands of people who are actually on the forums ranting about this right now. The really, really bad update this week with those 2 things.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I didn't realize just until now that they added the bar into the client while in the game. I think that's kind of redundant. Most people who need something will just go on to regular browser anyway, or they have their browser open for something else. But remember, Mr. Dano, the younger generation, unlike y'all, can actually multitask. That's why people.
Oh, yeah.
That's why people have RuneScape open, and while they're watching TV, while listening to Justin Bieber.
Yeah, everybody's got ADD these days.
Bieber, no.
And yeah, the resizing thing, that's a major issue, especially as you know, we usually get some very bad people coming into the friend chat. And as
well, we need to catch up on the text. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
But this could be just a really bad bug, hopefully, but we'll never know.
Well, I don't think so. But can anybody tell me if they remember that chat window resizing being available in the?
In the client? Or
in the combat beta.
in the combat beta, I
Remember if that's there?
don't remember.
No, if you have the action bar above the chat box, is the chat box still able to be resized and the action bar just goes up with it? Because if they haven't designed it to work that way, maybe they're phasing that in
preparation.
live. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, but I think they got to put that back. That's a real usability feature that is very beneficial to a lot of people.
Yes.
Sounds like it might have been like accidentally removed or something. But
maybe.
I mean, that's like a large thing to remove without any real, hey, we're going to remove this because clearly that would be better. I don't know who would have said that.
Someone up top who wants to be annoying. I mean, there's always that one annoying guy that tries to be right in every company.
This is true. This is true.
All right, so I'll try. Oh, I'm going into combat beta just to take a look. But while I'm waiting for this thing to load up, let's move on to the next one, which is the Rune Shark boss killing. Ooh.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Shark killing? What does that remind you of? Anything?
Rune Shark killing?
I don't know.
QBD.
Well, I was thinking of more of Jaws, but all right, I'll go with that.
Oh, okay.
Da-dum.
All right, so let's go read this really quick. Simon and James have the corporeal beast and next in their sights this weekend as they attempt to take on these mighty foes in the evolution of combat. On Saturday, July 14th at 9 p.m. British Standard Time, they face Corp, and on the 15th, next on the firing line. How will they prepare? What tactics will they deploy? Which of the new combat ability will have the most impact? Watch all the exciting action unfolding live on their YouTube channel as they live stream the whole thing straight to the screen near you. I should have been an announcer. And so, let's see. So basically, they're just gonna show off.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yes, they're just gonna show off, and maybe they can actually show how to use some of the skills. I'm still waiting for people to get together and just like hunker down, and just go through every single one and find out what works and what doesn't.
Plus, go ahead.
Did you see the RuneShark live video streaming when they were doing the QBD?
9.
Black Dragon?
No, I did not. I was too busy.
I did as soon as it came out. It was really cool to watch it live and watch the commentary as they were going through it and trying different techniques and watching the first kill. And I think it was Mod Mark H that was waiting for him after the very first kill of the QBD that he went in and got it. And it was actually really, really entertaining. I got to hand it to him. That's an excellent thing to do. And I'd encourage everybody to watch these videos too.
So is it just these two people or?
Probably is.
Okay, so they don't want other people. Well, they're not having other people show up to attack, basically. I'm just kind of curious because, like, if they're trying to say, "Hey, come to the YouTube channel and go on the beta server," then you'd have like everyone coming in to try to help. Which would be kind of cool.
Multi-combat.
Yeah.
Yes, that would be my only time fighting next in my entire life. Well, I just got into the combat beta. The resizable chat window is still functional. The action bar goes along with it on top, so I'm guessing it is probably a bug. That you know how Jagex is. For every one thing they fix, there's like 10 bugs that gets released.
True.
All right, so hopefully they'll get it fixed within next week. So anyway, if you're interested, the live streaming will be this weekend, 9 p.m. British Standard Time. So have fun and enjoy the videos.
9 p.m. on Saturday for Corporeal Beast. Then Sunday, July 15th at 7 p.m. BST for Nex.
Alrighty. So,
and it says that one is the real date for the diary, as it will be the second weekend associated with the task required to unlock the exclusive Mad Scientist outfit. So if you want to get that Mad Scientist outfit, the 22nd and the 21st of this month are going to be the ones you're going to want to show up. Which is coincidentally when Batman, the next Batman movie is going to open. But, you can skip the movie and go play RuneScape.
Or you can just play RuneScape before you head to the movies.
This is actually quite logical.
Yes. God, Paul. Alright, so moving up to the next one, we have the 200 million account testimonial competition. And here are the results. Paul, why don't you take this one? I'm tired of talking.
Okay, let me do the whole thing or just parts of it?
Whichever way you want.
Alrighty, well, it looks fairly small. So, in a recent 200 million account competition, we asked you to send us your testimonial videos telling us what reaching this massive milestone meant to you. The prize, signed concept art featuring videos, for all future videos, and for the 3 best videos, lifetime membership to RuneScape. Choosing those 3 winners is a 3-stage process today. We began stage 1. Yeah, that's kind of awkwardly punctuated. We created a playlist on our YouTube channel, so go check them out, people. Remember, all future videos win a signed concept art, so if you're on that list, congrats. Blah, blah, blah. Stage 2, once we hit 200 million accounts, which is coming up, we will announce 5 finalists. Which 5 would you choose? Help influence the judge's decision by going to the playlist and liking the videos that you like the most. You have to have a Google or a YouTube account to do that. Stage 3. Our 5 finalists will then put into a poll hosted on RuneScape.com front page. Congrats to those people, because you're going to get a lot of YouTube video views. After the 7 days of polling, 3 most voted for videos will win each lifetime memberships to RuneScape. And finally, thank you much to everybody. Blah, 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 blah. Mod Paul M.
Oh, Paul, you're a mod. Ha!
Yes. Clearly, I definitely work for Jagex and all that. Yeah.
You could if you think about it.
Well, they are based out of they're kind of based out of the U.S. now, sort of.
Well, anyway, so
yeah.
If you guys want to check out the testimonials, their playlists will be on their official channel. And happy voting. And I hope we'll see who wins. Eh?
Sounds good. Congrats.
And just as an update, as we are recording this, since RuneScape's launch is 199,342,790. We're getting close.
So 700,000 more, or 600 and something?
660,000 or so.
Yeah, that's pretty. That's a good amount.
Oh, that's gonna be fun, ain't it? Alrighty. So let's move on to the next one. Well, we have another behind-the-scenes video. This time, the penguins are coming back. So for those of you who've done the hide and seek penguin quest, you know that Larry was missing, and we're on a mission to find him again. And have you guys done all those little quest series so far?
Yeah, I have.
All right. And so basically, according to this video, it will be released next week, and we're gonna be fighting walruses. Walrus eye.
Walruses.
Okay.
Really.
Yeah, we're gonna be fighting walrus.
Well then.
Oh, that's gonna get guessed.
It's a seal.
That's a good point.
Close enough.
So think. Okay.
Think.
Okay. Remember Jamie Heineman and go.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Never mind then.
Paul, you're smoking something again, aren't you?
You haven't seen Jamie Heineman? He's basically a walrus.
Yes, we've all seen his massive beard.
Mustache. Oh, he does have a beard thing.
All right.
Doesn't he? Maybe. I don't know, whatever. Anyway. Sorry. Continue, sir.
So you're going on a mission to find Larry. Larry's somewhere being held hostage by the penguins, and it's up to you to try and catch him again. But they already said you may not be able to, considering they just spilled the beans saying he'll still be MIA. All the stats you need are basically in the 50s and low 60s. So it's basically, so far, it's a medium level quest. Of course, you have to do the other penguin quest before you can do this one. Any of you looking forward to this?
I like penguins.
You do?
Penguins are cool. Well, all the penguin quests have been kind of interesting. Although, I don't know about that one where you had to slide, but whatever. I didn't actually do that one. But the penguin stuff in general in RuneScape is kind of like that cool Easter egg that was there for a long time, and then they turned it into I don't know, kind of a cool actual thing.
Yeah, so basically it's going to be another puzzle quest, and supposedly there should be some decent updates, rewards for doing this. They even had one where the person was farming, so maybe it's a little farming update coming up. Small one.
Maybe they could enhance the penguin hide and seek distraction and diversion a little bit.
Nah.
Add some new locations and all.
Something like that, because I try and do that religiously every week, because that's some
Good
decent
experience,
I tell you.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you actually use Jack of all trades aura, you actually get a little bit more than than the penguins, but you have to do that every single day, which most of us would forget really easily.
That too. Definitely.
All right, all right, Paul.
Fishing.
All right, so
Yep.
all right, so up next we have the NPC competition. Okay, first of all, did any of you actually listen through that entire rap?
Tried to, and I couldn't catch 5 words of what he was saying.
Paul, did you even try to listen to the whole thing?
Oh god, that's loud, and I hate rap.
Yeah.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
That's bad. That's really sorry, but no, definitely not.
All right. Basically, we just held a competition asking you to name all 13 NPCs featured in this YouTube track, and we had a lot of entries, but it's gonna be one winner to see who won and see all 13 NPCs listed. Check out the enhanced version of the track, and I would recommend you mute the damn thing because it's an yeah.
Yeah.
I listen to rap, but my rap is more decent rap, not blur out as much junk out of your mouth in 5 seconds. I don't know what you consider decent rap, but to each their own. You guys want to have anything to say about this one?
As you said, keep it muted.
Yes.
Probably, or at least turn down the volume because it's rather loud.
Paul, did it blow out your eardrums?
For the volume I have my headset set to right now, it was really, really loud. And my headset's not set that loud. It's only on 30%.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Alrighty.
Enjoy that.
So moving on. Up next, we have the developers blog changes for a better beta. So beta has been running for over 2 weeks, and we're amazed at the amount of feedback. We're not just tuning and tweaking, but making some real core changes based on what you've been saying. I want to highlight a few things that we changed already, and some of the things we're still working on. So first up, in beta right now, with a few issues to start off. Some of them updates just went out. Let's see. We have the auto attack versus abilities. This is a big one for a lot of people. We wanted a more exciting and dynamic system that rewards players' skill and engagement. And we got good feedback from players who were interested in that. We also wanted to provide a satisfying experience for those who wanted less engagements. We all like to kick back and do some training in front of the TV sometimes. See, Uncle Daniel, I told you most people do that. And the new combat system wasn't really offering that choice. In the latest beta update, we increased the auto-attacking damage so that using them on their own is a satisfying choice. Best possible performances still requires good ability to use. Just auto-attacking alone is more effective now than it was before. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think they should have added the auto-attack thing and buffed it up?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Paul.
I was just gonna say I haven't really tried the beta because I'm still free to play and not playing. So it looks decent.
Oy.
I don't know. So you two have probably tried it out already. So sound like good updates for the beta?
Well, Mr. Dana, why don't you go first?
Well, I haven't tried really too much in the way of combat. Tried out the action bar. Watched the videos on the increased usability of action bar and what you can do with it. I'm impressed with that as more of a skiller, seeing efficiencies and skilling. Not too much in the combat.
Okay, I've messed around with the abilities in combat, and I think there is still the AFK ability in this because most monsters in the game are not that smart anyway. They don't react to you; you react to them. And when I was in the beta the other time, I wanted to mess around. Anyway, what happened was when I was in the beta, I put a bunch of attack skills together, and I just started pressing buttons like in order. So I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, something like that, and it worked out for me. I kill a lot of monsters a whole lot faster than auto attacking, and I was still watching my little YouTube video just to take a look. Just to see if I was not paying attention. And most of the monsters here are aggressive, so they always attack you for a little bit. Even monsters that used to not be aggressive, they're aggressive now for whatever reason. I think this is helpful because a lot of people were always complaining. People like to as one of my friends put it, the older RS players are a lazy bunch. We just like to click, and sit back.
This is pretty true.
Yes. So if you like it, go for it. If you don't, the action bar is there for a reason. I just wish they would make it bigger so we can actually see the dang thing.
Yeah, RuneScape. I mean, original RuneScape, and then RuneScape, I guess 2 technically, which is what the current version kind of is, other than the graph. The interface was designed for a screen of much lower resolution than what people have nowadays. So many of their features are just small if you have a large screen.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least it takes a lot of mouse travel to get to if you're on a decent size screen, not size, resolution screen.
Yeah, and it's just really small just to try and figure out what spells to use because you're in that small little window. But they've experimented with Squeal of Fortune. We can drag that screen around. I'm waiting for them to actually implement that more into the game.
Yeah, that's nice. That is very useful. I like that.
So I'm waiting for them to actually put that feature into the rest of everything else because, let's say face it, every other MMO has that feature. Any good one anyway. World of Warcraft has it, Guild Wars has it, Knights of the Old Republic has it. You can drag windows around, resize them a little, and make it fit your screen to the way you want it. So hopefully they'll actually implement that during when beta is finished. But as you know, Jagex takes forever for many little things.
Is there a set date for beta to be released, or is it kind of going to be done when it's ready?
I believe Mr. Dana, you remember when they said? I believe it was like around August. Like
it's next month.
Yeah, I think they wanted the summer to do the beta testing.
All right, so it's coming out pretty soon.
Yes.
Then. It's another month, roughly.
So the next part of it, avoiding stun. Like many of you weren't happy with the way how stunning ruins your day. Freedom now works as the stun escape we attended, and anticipation now gives preemptive protection from stun. Remember that all stuns share a cooldown, so with a good timing you can resist the stun of a solo opponent with minimal disruptions. And so, Mr. Dan, I don't think you've actually fought other people in the game yet. Nope, I was fighting against Izant, and I was being stunned left and right, and I tried to protect myself with freedom and anticipation, but he would always get the better hand of me. Let's just say that many battles was not close, and even when he was meleeing and I went mage, I still got my ass handed to me. My behind handed to me. So this is good, but I really do think that they should probably give some armor bonuses that will help resist stunning. What's the point of having a big heavy shield if someone can just smack you upside the head and you'll still be stunned? So anyway, moving on to the next part, we have the XP rates. They experiment with level cutoff that will encourage you to fight against monsters appropriate to your skill level. They removed this restriction from Slayer tasks, and you don't get to choose those opponents. After more feedback, we decided to remove the level scaling entirely. Stronger monsters are still worth more individually, but you still earn the full amount from a below level opponent. They'll keep an eye on this and see if things work out or not. So, what do you guys think that if you can fight level 3 chickens all the way up to 99 everything if you wanted to, what do you guys think?
Level cutoff, so like you couldn't actually fight low level
stuff?
Well,
you just don't get much experience from it. Supposedly you get like a major percentage decrease. Like if you're level 200, you're fighting chickens, you're basically getting nothing anyway, but you get 0 from the beginning of the beta.
I'm trying to think of why, or in which cases this would be bad, because in many cases when you're high level and you're fighting something low level, you're probably not going for the experience, you're probably just going for a drop, in which case you probably don't care about it. But I'm trying to think, I can't think of a case offhand where there would be something that's lower level that you would actually care about the experience.
Also, if you also think about it though, what many bots are doing, they'll be level 30 or something. I've seen in Taverly many times. They'll still be wearing full bronze armor killing cows.
This
And
is true.
I
But they don't need the experience though. They're going for the
no, well,
cowhides.
not really, because I saw all the cowhides on the ground, and you kind of
Well, bones.
nope,
Or,
everything. They
I mean,
were
what are
just
they
killing.
doing?
I'm assuming they're just leveling up till they can fight blue dragons or something. But
Oh.
one way, the thing
Yeah, that'd
was,
be pretty funny.
why I believe they're bots anyway is one, they're all wearing the same thing, so everything's given to them around the area. But two, you have people with names like W D G F B T Y.
Yeah. Yeah, you can pick them out pretty easy.
Not just
Always
Mhm.
can.
eh,
I mean, from my perspective, in all fairness, if you're a really high-level combat, don't compete against the low-level combat players for those monsters, right? Let them train on those things.
Well, it's
So-
that's why I'm saying though, you're not when you're high level, you're going after something low level. You're probably not necessarily going for experience. You're probably just going for the
Mhm.
drops. And
Right.
and I mean that doesn't eliminate the. I mean you could just not be cheap, but I mean I've got still plenty of cash, and I would always still fight chickens and do stuff like that because I was like doing that. But and would kill cows to get cowhide and junk like that. But I didn't really care about that experience. I couldn't care less if I got 1 experience or well, whatever, 5, 6 experience for a 3 HP chicken. But yeah, so that doesn't eliminate the fact that people can still get the rewards unless you were like higher level, and well, even then, if you were high level and instead of getting experience, you get more drops, but then you'd be there more maybe instead of being there less because you want them more. I don't know, whatever. I can't really get
but
that.
most MMOs
Yeah.
are do actually do the level scaling thing, so it's kind of interesting why they decided to get rid of it. I think most low level people they're not killing, like, as you said, they're killing stuff for the stuff. If they're trying to level up, they'll fight something a little more manageable. Maybe if they're level 30, they may fight the guards because they're around that level area and they're still relatively easy to kill. Go away.
Yeah, except if you're training on something like yaks, you're really not going for the drops. You're going for the experience, right? You're training probably strength or something like that, because they don't drop anything worth anything. So it's in those circumstances that higher level players let the low level players train on those for XP. Why are you getting any XP from something that you're not gathering drops from?
All right, so we'll let the community decide what they think is right or not. But let's move on to the next one, which is the triangle got rebalanced. We still want to bring you the corners of combat triangle to an even level, where each is equally attractive, and we're not there yet. What we have done so far is make changes to raise the damage potential of magic, and we're going to study that balance as the beta goes on, and on a more onto a live release. What we'd like to know from you come from your best constructive and balanced feedback. Loads of people want us to buff their favor, but fair feedback is key. So try them all if you can. Tell us how you feel. So magic got a higher damage buff. What do you guys think?
I think it's about time magic
beta,
got beefed up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's going to come out eventually for everyone, but
Because when as I said, when I was fighting Izant the other time, I was using magic, and most of my skills wasn't really doing a lot of damage, or they missed completely, which is kind of weird when you summon the tsunami onto them. And as I was fighting, remember, I think it was me, Reed, Mike, and Shane. We were in Shane's place, and we were just messing around with skills. Everyone else was doing decent damage to everyone else, but my magic one wasn't doing that much. And I'm as magic, you're supposed to be able to fight meleeers a lot easier because you deal extra damage to them. I didn't feel like I was dealing anything extra. The only thing I felt like I was doing was more of stunning them a little bit more. But that's shot in dark with stunning. So. You want to say something, Paul?
I was going to say that's kind of, yeah, it does kind of need a buff then in that case.
All right,
Yeah.
so up next, they also gave a single-way wilderness world. Single-way combat provides importance niche for PKers, and we underestimate how large that demand is. We have improvements to the way monsters choose targets and charges to the multi-cannons. We're happy that we can reach a good solution for PVM without a single way area, But for PvP, it's clear we need a more drastic solution. What we're currently looking into is having a small number of worlds in which a wilderness is single way. This solves the pile, jumping, and group ganking problems without producing a situation in which players retreat to single way to get out of a fair group fight. It's not the only possible solution, and we're not promising it will be exactly one that works at the end. So, single way wilderness worlds. I don't think any of us really PK very much, but if we ever venture into the wild, it's kind of not fair if suddenly you get jumped at by like 50 guys hitting you all at once.
So they're getting rid of the spots. So it's going to be either all multi-way combat or all single-way combat. There's not going to be like it is in current, where you can go single or multi.
So far, they're just having worlds will be single-way combat, and it's just to prevent people from jumping them all at once. But so far, rest of the beta still has multi-way.
It was just kind of cool because in the current RuneScape, you could go in the wilderness and you'd be perfectly safe in most areas because you'd be single-way combat, and you're probably not going to get killed by one person, probably, or you at least be fairly safe. But then if you have to get to somewhere deeper in the wilderness, the whole point of doing that is to get to more dangerous stuff, and then it becomes multi-way, and then you are actually in danger, or you're at least theoretically higher danger, going higher level into the wilderness. So if they're getting rid of that, that's like, I don't know, it's kind of weird to me. But it's good that they're doing some single player or some single way combat, because seems like a lot of the fights people want to do aren't where you can get jumped. They want to have a fair fight.
I'm actually thinking, you remember back then when there were lots of, clans would go out and PK, and suddenly there's like 20, 30 people running around the wilderness just looking for someone to kill. And I think this is just a way.
Yeah.
I think I would say they keep it in like low level wilderness, like maybe above, raise it to raise it to wilderness 30, because 20 is a little bit low anyway. 30 may be a little even. And basically, it's just for people who want to go to like the abyss, chaos, maybe green dragons, depending on what's going on.
I can see that. That'd be good. Yeah.
Even World 60, if that was a single-way combat in the wilderness, make it easy for penguin hunting.
Definitely.
All right, so we'll keep a look at this, and we'll see what they do. So you guys want to take the next one? Because my throat is getting dry. Yeah.
Putting on armor? Armor now grants lots of bonus life points, and we know it's annoying that they don't automatically fill up when you suit up. Down a fix for this yet. It needs to be a solution that absolutely can't be abused for unfair gain, but the current favorite is some kind of safe zone. Rapidly heal up.
So in the beta, what's going on is for every, depending on how high your armor that you're wearing, you get more health. So if you're wearing something that's very offensive oriented, you have a lot less health, but you can do a lot more damage. And if you have armor that is very high defensive value, you get a lot of health. And it was really annoying when you put on a different set of armor and suddenly you're basically 1/10 of the health that you should be, and you basically had to eat something or find another way to heal up. So yeah, this is a good temporary fix for now. We'll see how it ends up later on. Just trying to work it out, the bugs anyway. All right, so Paul, you want to take the next one?
Philip, when you sit up, it's interesting. All right, Dungeoneering. My favorite. Dungeoneering has already seen lots of fixes and some improvements, important improvements, such as the way-bound armor interacts with your life points. We've got lots more on the table. First in the beta to make sure that the EOC didn't harm the gameplay. Then as a further project afterward to make other improvements that have come up since it first launched. Magic is suffering from some itemization problems at the moment, so fixing that should do a lot to redress the balance. We are also hoping to have time to make some interim improvements to binding, although we have a whole host of changes planned for the full project later. So
yeah, pretty
Dungeonarian still sounds like a minigame.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this one was pretty straightforward. Just telling you guys how they're going to try and fix it. Next part is summoning, which is basically the same thing. They're just trying to fix up summoning, but they're not done yet. And so, I'll go, Dano. Why don't you finish it? Wrap the whole thing up.
Presentation and information. Basically, they're improving the presentation of the whole system, including targeting enemies.
Oh, thank you,
the
God.
daunting ability book. The ease of understanding the stats on equipment. I mean, to me, I'm looking at that too, and it's kind of mind-boggling. Many of our current problems stem from misunderstandings about the system. So explaining it better is a high priority in the short term. And to me, that's very, very important, because I know this is a major rework. There's going to be a huge learning curve, especially for someone like me who's not really into combat yet. But I'm very excited because I can see the potential for this really doing a lot more than what it does now. Okay, so wrapping this up, hopefully you can hear me now.
Yep.
Wrapping this up, what they hope is clear from what they've done so far is that they're listening to the players, test out the beta, and they're determined to make that the best game. They are trying. It's great that they're rolling out a beta, letting us try it out, giving them the feedback, them working on the tweaks, because that's really what the players want. They want some valuable input into the game. It's their game. They play it all the time. So this is a really good approach, and hopefully it's a huge success.
Yeah, it's gonna be so. So basically, they're gonna try and fix out the beta and make it better. All right, so that's it for the beta. We have one last part for our RuneScape updates. They've been having a lot of updates this weekend, unlike last time. We have the George Sampson talks about tanks, combat, and emotes. So, yeah, what you guys think of this video?
I thought it was cool because I didn't know that they had a similar kind of entertainment competition in the UK as they do in Canada and the United States. So that's kind of cool. I saw the video. I'm always impressed when I see somebody like that who's got some public recognition and they play RuneScape. So
But
this isn't just for
is a
kids only. Well, he kind of is, but you know
He's
what?
not like a
He's not as
10-year-old,
much.
though. I mean,
Yeah, that's right. He's not an immature kid. Let's just say that.
he looks, as the British would call it, like a chav. But I go
Okay.
there, I guess.
I kind of thought it was kind of trying to please the youth crowd, but I saw the video. I was like, this was stupid. I thought it was stupid considering you're just a singer and you're promoting RS. Great, but it means really nothing. It just means you're able to press buttons. No, that was my thoughts on it. You guys have anything want to add to that?
Well, it's a little bit of self-promotion for Jagex too. It's all really, and I also saw on the forums that someone said that on one of the cable channels, one of the channels for kids, they're actually running RuneScape TV commercials.
Huh? Never.
Yes, they are.
Where?
On some of the cable TV
But
channels.
like in the States or?
This one was, I think, there was one in the Netherlands, and I think there was one in the UK so far that I've seen.
Weird.
If you do a YouTube thing and do RuneScape commercial, you'll be able to find some of the examples.
Huh.
But yeah, they're advertising RuneScape on TV now too.
I know WoW used to do that all the time, and you'd get big name celebrities to show off their WoW character, whether they actually did it or not. They said they did, so that was kind of cool. And RuneScape, I mean, they have always had massive amounts of players, and it's always been they've always had a free-to-play option, and I think they always have. And I'm just surprised they haven't done that sooner. It's nice. Some publicity.
All right. Well, we kind of beat this one to death anyway. So, do you guys have any last input on this little video? Nada? All right. Alrighty then. All right. That's the end of RuneScape update.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for listening to this portion of RSBNB Update. You can find the full episode and more at update.rsbnb.com. Also remember to stop by our community and join our forums at rsbnb.com/forums. We look forward to seeing you there.